Good morning, interwebs. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening, and I'm just picking up the camera for the first time today because I just have not been in the mood. I've not been in the mood to do a lot of things today. I've been in a pretty bad mood all day. But I've been up. I got up on time like I should, even though it was Steve's day off. I had my alarm go off, and I hit snooze in the ways that I usually do, and I was up and around by 6:45-ish, and I worked on stuffing some doll heads and watched a little YouTube, and I wrote in my journal this morning, which is good, and all those things, and so that was a nice hour, and then everyone woke up, and just went downhill from there for a while. Just really, really frustrated with life. Though I think it should be getting a little better here, hopefully. I had, a nervous breakdown and, was complaining about all the things I wasn't happy about, which I guess ultimately made me feel better, so that's good. There's a lot of stuff in our house right now, which is not making anything any better. Hopefully a lot of it will be gone by the end of this weekend, because our guest room is getting cleaned out, because all the yard sale stuff has been getting amassed in there. Because of that, all my craft show stuff is in the living room, because I didn't want to carry it back up to my room to put it all the way away after the last show, because I didn't want to carry it all upstairs again. And then just kind of at a standstill till we do the living room, between even just wanting to clean things up, because why clean things up and find everything a home if I'm just going to have to move it all soon? It just doesn't seem worth it. So I'm just frustrated with a lot of things, which is just... I'm sure you all have this happen when you have days where you are just done. Not to mention, I've been, whatever the temperature equivalent of hangry is, when you're hangry, you're so hungry that everything just makes you irritable. Well, I'm cold. Or at least I was. It's actually fairly nice out here right now. But this morning, I was cold. So I was I don't know, the temperature equivalent of hangry. So that's no good. But everybody, we had lunch, which is a whole bunch of leftover everything I had in the fridge, and now those leftovers are gone. We had more watermelon, which was juicy and delicious. And then Steve and I ate some ice cream and watched some Shameless. And I worked on my giraffe a little this afternoon. It should be, I think its parts should be almost done by the end of tonight, but we'll see. And then kids got up from rest, and now I was just doing haircuts and re-buzzing my son's mohawks. And now they're in the tub, and then I guess we're all going to PJM up so that we stay warm and not the temperature equivalent of hangry. And we're going to watch The Little Prince, I think, and maybe some other shows and stuff, and just hang out, because compressing all of our TV viewing and family hangouting that usually happens over 4 days into the 2 days that we had. We did a lot of our outing stuff yesterday. Today we're going to do a bunch of our sitting around stuff, and then tomorrow we go back to the usual work week. And this week's going to be really hectic between yard sale stuff, a bunch of which might get rained out, but how annoying is it when you don't know if it's going to get rained out or not till it rains? Annoying is how annoying that is. So we'll see how that all turns out, though it looks like Saturday's going to be nice. So the craft show portion should go off relatively hitchless, but we'll see. And then coming up this week is going to be crazy busy with activities, which I recognize that most people have a lot of activities, and so I shouldn't really complain, except I don't want most people's lives. I don't want to be that busy, and with where we live, I don't want to drive an hour for everything that we do. It's just, but I also don't want to live near people in a way where I wouldn't have to drive that far. You know what I mean? So I'm just more content to have fewer things, or only one extra thing a day. And there's some days this week that are going to have a lot. There's been some people that are supposed to come do some work on our house, and I'm not exactly sure which day they're coming. And a lot of the uncertainty is making me unhappy and just, I don't know, in a funk. So I'm hopeful that it will be better soon. It's always better soon. Or better eventually. Soon is all relative, so I don't know. I guess I should go in and wash the newly shaved mohawks and get everybody into their PJs, and then also take a bath myself because I am now covered in kid hair, which is slightly better than being covered in dog hair, except more itchy. But it's shorter, so it should come off a little better. I still need to cut my daughter's bangs. We'll see if she can stand still long enough that I don't wibble and wobble and have to keep trimming till they're teeny tiny, which has happened once. But usually I do an okay job. And I certainly do a good job for what I'm paid. But yeah, so we'll go watch some shows, and I stuffed all the doll parts today, so now I just need to finish assembling, because now everything has stuffing in it. And I actually got to the bottom of my stuffing box. I'm now out of stuffing, so it's kind of crazy, because I buy like the Giganto box of stuffing that they have at the craft stores. The ones that you're like, no one would ever use that much fiberfill. I think this is like the third or fourth one I've gone through making stuff for Cutesy Poos, so that's kind of crazy that I've made that many stuffed toys. But that means there's lots of kids all over the place in our area, and grandkids and friends and stuff of people from here that have lots of things to love and squoosh and make them smile. So that is good. See, silver linings. Silver linings. There's silver linings everywhere. But yeah. Off to go attend to the children. Part of my frustration came from not following through on commitments I was making. Well, I committed that I would use potatoes at least one meal a day till they're gone, and boom, potatoes in the eggs. Originally, I wasn't going to put potatoes in. Then Steve kind of mentioned them, and I was like, well, yes, I guess I committed to potatoes, so potatoes are happening. And potatoes are super duper tasty. So it's like, I don't know, 9:45 now. And we just finished The Little Prince, which was so good. I think that that book will be added to our reading list here shortly. And Steve is putting the kids to bed for me. Yay! So that I can edit the vlog. In part because, like, I'm having these, like, annoying stomach pains that are not in my stomach. They're, like, in my stomach muscles? I don't know. But either way, they are highly uncomfortable. So I'm going to edit the vlog, and then I'm going to go to bed. And I am feeling much better. Steve and I had more chatting, and it took me all day to get all of the things that I'm frustrated out, but it really does help to say them out loud. So if you just get all the frustrations out, then, well, they're not inside anymore. So that has to be a plus, right? So that's my suggestion. Just bleh. You know, verbally just spew all the things that are making you unhappy so that they can no longer be inside you. And hopefully that will make you feel better, because hopefully it made me feel better. But of course, we will have to see in the coming days. I'm sure that I will still be frustrated to some degree just because, I don't know, I eternally take on too much just because that is the way that I am. But that is neither here nor there at the moment. Right now, I just need to get this edited, and then I need to go to bed, because sleep makes everything at least slightly better, or at least makes me better able to cope with all the things that are better or not better or whatever. And coping is the best we can ask for some days, right? So I hope that you all have a good, I guess, day when this is released, or evening, or whatever time of the day or night it is. And I will talk to you in the morning. Nighty-night. Bye.